Hey guys, it's your boy Bardatus out here, back again, once again with another deck profile video. Um, and again, I had gone undefeated with Red Eyes Black Dragon, so I figured I'd share the brand new list that I brought to you guys. Because I did do a lot of updates from the previous list, and I thought this list definitely going into new metagame. And if you're going to YCS Vegas, the team event, if you want to take my deck list, I would definitely recommend the list that I'm bringing today. If you're bringing any sort of Red Eyes Black Dragon engine, I really do love this deck. It's my favorite deck of all time. And yes, I did see the comments. There were a lot of screw-ups I did in the previous deck profile video. Not just the profile, but also the showcase, where I had previously forgotten to run 3 of certain cards, or where I misplayed the part that is commented the most on, where I misplayed in the deck test. And unfortunately, I am so sad that I forgot to record the what is it? I forgot to actually record the dueling portion of this video. Well, not forgot to record. I brought my equipment and I'd set it up, and I was like, man, like, I'm just going to try and do what I can do, and hopefully things work out. And unfortunately, my phone was dead, so I could not record, but I did go undefeated. My matchups, locals were going to, I beat Labyrinth, I beat a Burn Strategy, I beat Blue Eyes Primite, and I'd be in Mermails in the finals. Where I'd actually won my locals, my Yu-Gi-Oh locals, and yeah, this is the list that I had brought to locals, just the other day, and hopefully you guys like this list as much as I do, because I really think I resonate with this list. It really, I'm no Jack Atlas, but this really resonates with me. Master faster, yeah. Either way, let's get it started. So, of course, the list is Red Eyes Black Dragon, with a bit of a twist. We start off by running 2 of Vanilla Red Eyes Black Dragon. This is, I see a lot of lists, some lists running 3, I see some lists running only 1. You have to run 2. I think with what you have in the deck, you blow through your Red Eyes really quick. Or at least you blow through your normal monsters pretty quick. So running 2 really does help in general with getting what you need, and just making sure you have enough Red Eyes Black, because you don't want to run 3. Running 3 is too much. You already run Dark Magician, so you already run 3 vanillas, so you don't want to run 4. I remember when I used to run the 3, I did try a couple games with a 3 Red Eyes Black Dragon ratio, and let's just say I ran into a lot of times where I had drawn all 4 of my vanillas, and I was like, well, that's a game. That's the game, everyone. This isn't old rules where I can just normal summon Red Eyes. So I don't got ancient rules in the deck, spoiler warning, but this is the vanilla ratio I've ran. Keeps your bricks pretty low, and with other cards in the deck that kind of help you deal with the bricky nature of Red Eyes, the Red Eyes Brick Dragon, it really does make or break the deck if you can, hopefully not draw your vanilla. So this ratio I think is really good. It's just 3 cards out of 42. The deck is 42 cards. There are some cards in here that really help with make it just a 39 card deck mostly, or whatever. But of course, with these 2 you have to run the Red Eyes Fusion for a little Dragoon package, spoiling the extra deck. He's always in the extra deck. He is possibly he's the best monster in your deck. There is no shot. Especially in this format, Dragoon is just so powerful. He is way too powerful for you to just not use him. So yeah, definitely run Dragoon in this deck. I see a lot of lists cutting him, and I'm like, wow. I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one. But either way, continuing on. And I know a lot of people flamed me last time for this, but I am running 3 Black Metal Dragons, finally. This card, best starter of the deck. Well, technically now. There's a better starter, but this is the best budget starter of your deck. This card is just amazing. It is fantastic. You basically go into your entire Red Eyes package with this card, and it gets you into your secondary main boss monster. But it is an incredible card. A lot of people, it's the staple of every basic, Dragon Link deck or any dragon deck usually, is running Black Metal Dragon. Of course, you got to run his best friend, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. An amazing card as well. You don't want to see it in your opening hand, but if you do, you have these two in your hand, then that's a great combo because you get to go into your other cards that can really lead you to success. The classic bread and butter, link him away, search him, special him from grave, link him away for seals. It's a pretty solid combo that gets you some pretty decent cards and then some pretty good interruptions that people don't really have a lot of answers for, or they have to waste a lot of their good cards to answer your cards. Another card that I run that does facilitate me getting out Red Eyes Fusion pretty often, and the other best search target for Black Metal Dragon is the Red Eyes Black Meteor Dragon. So this card, basically you can pitch one of your normals. That's why I say, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera there. That's why I say running 2 normals is the best, or 3 vanillas, because even if, if you need him on board and you have a Red Eyes, both your Red Eyes already engraved, you can run him. You can pitch your Dark Magician, which does kill your Red Eyes Fusion mostly, but other than that, you get pretty good plays off of this guy. He becomes level 7, helps you get some rank 7 plays, but you do run a lot less 7s because I'm not running Cash anymore. Spoiler warning, Cash Tira didn't really perform. I like Cash Tira, but it just isn't really cutting it. Rank 7s are cool and all, but yeah. I like the package I'm running now. It's a lot better for the deck. Sorry I keep messing with my cards, but yeah. I'm also running the Full Metal Dragon, the other search target for Black Metal Dragon, if you're able to, if you already have him or him. Usually you search him second. Usually you search the Full Metal. It's a really good card. I explained this card in depth in the last few videos, but for the people who didn't watch them, this card's an Omni Negate. It is your Dragoon in the main deck. So if they've de-barriered you, turn 1, you're like, shoot, I can't get out my Dragoon. This guy's your next best option. He is protected by card effects, protected by destruction and targeting effects because of Max Metamorph from monsters and spells, not traps. And I've said in the last video, it is because Bandit Keith's Metal Zoa got stopped by Trap Hole in the little anime. Funny little anime fact for you guys that I say every video. But yeah, just to help you remember that Full Metal is susceptible to cards like Imperm and Majesty of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Some cards that'll you'll run into. But Full Metal Dragon is really powerful. It is an Omni Negate and burn. It can go for game. It can go for it can do a lot. And in general, it is a huge body at 3,400. A lot of people forget that and think it's just 28, but it is 3,400, and Metamorph does boost it to plus 400, making it 3,800. So it is incredibly powerful. So Blue Eyes can't just run over it. Their biggest monster is 35. So it does really help against Blue Eyes, and it also helps against Ryzeal. They can't destroy it with card effects as long as they have Metamorph, and you can negate their Metamorph, if they're trying to pop it. If anything, they can waste their pop on Metamorph, and other than that, you have a 3,400 body that they can't really get over. So you really do just have a really good matchup against Ryzeal with this card. Also, just against most cards in the format, you have a good matchup with Full Metal. But it does get outed pretty easily, I would say. You never really want to stick on Full Metal as your fully game plan. You kind of want to... Full Metal, it's a luxury to keep him alive the next turn. But he's still an amazing card, just like Dragoon. This matchup, this meta right now is very much low to the ground, mid-sized boards. We're not putting everything into it. So if you put all your marbles into one monster, you're usually going to lose. That also counts for Ryzeal. That also counts for Matless. That counts for Blue Eyes. That counts for everything. Blue Eyes is the biggest offender of that because they have so many options they can go into. And this deck kind of plays around that type of idea as well. That's the Red Eyes package. It's pretty decent, pretty good. Gets you a pretty good amount of interruption and really works well with the next package I'm going to show off, which you guys probably have already guessed, the Primite engine. So we are running 3 copies of the Lordly Load. It is the best card in your deck, I want to say. It gets you so much advantage. It's just so good. This, when you activate it, I'm sure everyone playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now knows what Primite Lordly Load is and why it's such a powerful card. It's a continuous spell, and when you activate it, you can search any Primite monster and the monster, or any Primite card. And the card you're usually going to search is the Primite Ether Barrel. So I don't have money for. I'm pretty broke, I will say. So I try and play on a budget. I usually want to run 3, but I found success in only running 2. 2 Ether Barrels gets you everything you need. And also, Black Metal Dragon is, I want to say, arguably the better starter, because if you have this goes this. Like, these are your best starters, Primite, Lordly, and Black Metal. Ether Barrel's good, but, like, Ether Barrel on field kind of... It just kind of screws you over sometimes, having Ether Barrel just on field. I've had too many times where I've gotten him imperm, where I've started with Ether Barrel, when I had both Ether Barrel and Black Metal in hand. He gets Veilered or impermed or something, and I don't have anything else, and I'm like, well, pass to you. And it's like, okay, Of course, that didn't happen. That happened a couple times in the locals, but I had follow-up in my, back row, my non-engine, that really just helped me keep playing, which eventually, as you can tell, gave me the undefeated victory of my locals. But Ether Barrel is good. It's very powerful. Normal summon this card, normal special summon, you get to set a Primite spell trap. Which can get you one of your 2, either Drill Beam or your Roar if you've already gotten the Lordly Load on field. Drill Beam, I'm sure anyone dueling Blue Eyes knows what this card does. The Primite engine is incredibly powerful, and Drill Beam is just amazing. Also, I know how ironic that sounds where I say I'm playing on a budget, but I have 3 of Lordly Load. I bought these when they were $7 a pop. I bought them before they got skyrocketed. So that's a funny little thing. Whenever I play Primite, everyone goes, oh, shoot, you paid the premium. I'm like, no, I did not. I paid the basic. Like, this is when these cards first came out. And I said, oh my God, Red Eyes Black Dragon do so well with these cards. You can look at the list before. Like, I ran these before in the previous lists. I've been running them since October. And they are fantastic. But either way. Drill Beam, Imperm on Crack, I always say it. It's amazing. You reveal 1 normal monster or 1 Primite card in hand, or if you have a level 5 or higher Primite monster on your field, which unfortunately is not the Ether Barrel. I had to cut the Imperial Dragon. He was just a brick. Like, I remember at YCS Los Angeles, I did take this deck, the deck before, and where I had the previous deck list where I went undefeated. And I had opened up Red Eyes, Dark Magician, Imperial Dragon, and Darkness Metal Dragon. If you know the deck, you know that's unplayable. I literally can't do a single damn thing because Imperial Dragon needs a normal monster on the field for it to do anything. Darkness Metal needs a dragon monster on the field for it to do anything. And the vanilla is you can't summon. So it's like, well, So we're basically hoping to have Red Eyes Black Dragon on the field with activating Drill Beam or having any Primite card in hand. Roar being a target that we can just keep in hand because it is a last-ditch effort, special summon. Primite Roar. Primite Roar. You pay 2,000 life points and you get to declare a normal type monster. Usually declare Red Eyes Black Dragon. And if you control no cards in the field, you can special summon that monster in defense position. Lordly Load has that same effect as well, but you can just do it no matter what. And a lot of people said it. Yes, I'm sorry. I used Flare Metal's effect to special summon a Red Eyes Black Dragon after summoning a Red Eyes Black Dragon with Primite Lordly Load. I don't remember if I said anything where I was like, oh, we can just, I knew I did that wrong. I knew. Sorry. We could have just inversed it. I used Roar to special summon it and then use Lordly effect after everything, but it's okay. Whatever. It happened. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for failing you guys on that one. But yes, I do recognize my misplay on there. And yeah. But I do recognize it before I even posted the video. I knew it messed up, but I just couldn't do anything about it. And I already posted it. I'm like, well, shit. What am I going to do? Roar, if you don't control a monster, you can special summon a normal monster, which will be most likely Red Eyes Black Dragon, but if you have no other target, it's got to be Dark Magician. Monsters cannot be destroyed by battle I believe it's just battle. I don't know if it says card effects. Yeah. Cannot be sure why battle to the end of your opponent's turn. Yeah. Until the end of your opponent's turn. Then, if you control no monsters, you can special summon one declared normal monster from your deck in defense position. And if your opponent normal summons a monster, you are able to basically not really negate the summon. I used to think it used to do that, but then I read the text a little more in depthly, and it does not negate the summon. You basically banish this card from your graveyard, and then you're able to target. I think it's non-target. Let me make sure. Is it target? It is target one normal monster from your field, and then you can non-target banish one monster on the field. Of course, it's not very good against a deck like Malice because they want their cards to get banished. But, so sorry. Oh my god. Oh my Atlanta. But yeah, that's not really good against a deck like Malice, but it does do wonders against every other deck. Of course, I'd cut this card if I'm ever doing a Malice deck, but whatever. It does really well in a lot of other scenarios where that kind of just helps and kind of scares them that their normal summon's going to make them lose their card. Either way, that is that. Continuing on with a separate supplementary engine, I have 2 copies of the Bystial Libellion. I'm running Libellion, guys. I know the last one I did run it, and I said I cut it. Brought them back, and I'm running them at 2. The Bystial engine hasn't really helped, so of course we are running Bystial Libellion, Bystial Druisworm, 2 copies, the standard ratios of Druisworm. Druisworm, we're running 1 Magnemite, 1 Baldrake, 1 Baldrake, and 1 Serenir, and 1 Branded Regain. So this is our main engine, when it comes to the deck and us winning, I want to say. Libellion, you can pitch him from hand to search any bestial card, and then you can tribute 1 level 6 or higher dragon monster to special summon Bystial Libellion from the graveyard, and you can place any branded spell or trap, which you place Branded Regain. If you already have Regain in hand, fantastic. But you can pitch any branded spell, you can place any branded spell trap on the field, which makes it ash proof, funny enough, because you can't ash something if you're placing it on the field. You have to add it to your hand, placing something from deck to field, which is why also Full Metal is ash proof, because you set Mex Metamorph and not just add it to hand, you set it from deck. Which is why I find it's good. It's definitely a good card. But it does... Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Holy crap, I just got off of work, so I'm a little tired. I don't mean to be yawning in your guys' ear. But, whew, my god, I gotta wake up. Either way, Branded Regain. Really good card. And this card, basically, if you banish a card, if a light or dark monster is banished, you're able to put that card back in the deck, and then you can put that card back in your deck if it's opponent's deck, or if it's your deck, you put that card, and say you banish their Maiden of Eyes of Blue. Put that card back in their deck, and then you draw 1 card from your deck. It's really, really good. Usually this card gets popped by Ogre, which does suck, but that's a card that's not being used on your Lordly Load. So Regain is really good bait. Not to mention, if your opponent normal special summons a monster, you can special summon a bestial monster from your graveyard if they normal special summon a monster. Really good. Really, really powerful. Now, on to the non-engine. Oh, sorry, I didn't explain the other cards. Bystial Druisworm. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you are able to target 1 card on the field and send it to the graveyard. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Bystial Magma, when this card is summoned at the end phase, you can search for any dragon monster, or you can recur a dragon monster from your graveyard. Bystial Baldrake. If your opponent's going to special summon a Fusion Link Xyz Synchro monster, is Ritual on there too? Yeah, Ritual. Any special type of summoning monster like Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, you can tribute 1 other dark or light monster on the field, and then banish 1 card on the field. That kind of helps you with Regain as well. And then Serenir, if this card is sent to the graveyard for any means, so if it's used as fusion material, if it's used as discard cost, if it's used as anything, you can basically pitch a Bystial. If this card, you can pitch any Bystial or Brandon spell trap. Pretty decent engine. I usually don't care for Serenir. I actually might cut him. I don't care for him. He's good in a branded deck. That's all I'm going to say. He's really good in a branded deck. But either way, continuing on, we're going to go into our non-engine. So we have Pot of Prosperity. It is a really good card. It's, at best, you activate 6 cards, pick one. This has saved me games where I have basically unplayable and then I draw a starter. But it also has killed me in games where I've drawn, it was literally all hand traps. And I was like, well, But it's really good. And it's also good ash bait for a lot of people because you banish 3 to 6 cards from the extra deck. And it's really good incentive for opponents to just go, yeah, fuck it. Get rid of your cards. But, of course, one of the best cards for stopping any hand trap. We have ourselves Called by the Grave. Oh my god, I hit all my cards. No! We have Called by the Grave for, those pesky Ash Blossoms when you use your Red Eyes Fusion. It's a staple. It's a staple. It also stops a lot of different cards in the meta nowadays, so really helps. Really, really helps. But, continuing on. This card, you're going to laugh because I did say I was budget. I pulled this card. We have Fulos. I'm running 2. One of them's a buddy. One of them's not mine. It is my friend's. I'm running it just for practice. Fuelos, really good card. I main it. I might cite it for when I'm guaranteed going second, but maining it right now, it is a really decent card. Really helps with the problem I've come into where it's... Sorry. Oh my god. How professional. It really helps with coming into the problem with where your opponents are special summoning. This card puts them on a timer. It's either you're going to draw every card in your deck, or you're just going to, they're going to ash it, or they're just going to stop summoning. Like, this card has stopped my opponent from summoning many times, where I'm just like, oh, Fulos, and they go, shoot, I'll give you one draw, and that's it. And they get a half board, and I go, okay, cool. So it really works out. Discard this card from your hand if you control no cards, and then you can draw for every time they special summon in the extra deck or deck. It's like Max C, but not. If you had Purulia and the other one, I forgot the other one's name. It's a beast, though. It's a little cat. If you had those, then it would just be Max C. But either way, this card, fantastic. Oh, my Lanta. I'm so sorry, guys. Call me the Sleepy Duelist. I don't know. The Sleepy Duelist. But either way, we are running 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. This is basically a staple. You gotta run 3 of Ash. It's one of the best cards. It stops Fuelos. It stops Primite Lordly. It stops Blue Eyes. It stops... It doesn't stop. Like, of course, Ash by itself... Oh, 3 copies. Ash by itself doesn't stop... I know, I'm sorry, Gold Rare. It doesn't stop cards by itself, but it is just, in general, a really powerful card that really just can win you games sometimes in a scramble, or... It's just one of the best hand traps. It's one of the best hand traps in the entire game. Continuing on with our hand trap lineup, we have 3 copies of Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Ghost Ogre, really good card. It's really good against Ryzeal. It's really good against Malice. Really good against a lot of cards in the format that just kind of that they need. A lot of decks in the format. This card does a really good job at stopping, or at least facilitating stopping. It stops Primite, it stops Blue Eyes, it stops, it stops a lot of cards, a lot of decks. Not by itself, of course. I'm saying stops, like it can stop. We have Droll, 3 Droll. Pretty simple. This card is also really, really good. This can win games. Silver Bullet card that can win games, but on the spot, and 3 Imperm. So this is my deck, 42 cards. It is a really good deck. Clearly it won, but it is really, really good. Sorry, hold on one second. Yeah, it really just does a really good job at facilitating. Oh, let me just fix that because this is messing with me if this is not the outside one, because this one was the outside one. Sorry, my bad. It does a really good job at just controlling the board. It has some Bystial control in it. It has some Primite control with Red Eyes being your main beaters, and really just clearing house and helping you out in the long run. What? that's that. That's the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're actually going to go on to the extra deck now. I think if I were to make any changes to this deck, I think I would probably just add a little more. Maybe I'd try and cut it down to 40. You know, it's in general, 40 is the best you can run your cards at. 42 isn't bad because I'm running cards like Prot of Pros and Fuelos. But of course, you know, any card over 40 is going to be a chance of you not seeing your starters. There's a lot of starters in the deck, but what is it? Yeah, there's a lot of starters in the deck that really help it, like Black Metal Dragon, Ether Barrel, Lordly Load, Red Eyes Fusion. Like a lot of starters that really just help the deck thrive. But like I said, any card over 40, you're going to have trouble not seeing your starters. If you are, of course, running cards like that I'm running, like Fulos, Pot of Pros, Allure of Darkness even, if you want to take that risk. But yeah, here comes the extra deck. Of course, the card I talked about the most in the video, Dragoon, your best card in the deck, I want to say. It is an incredibly amazing card. It is a tower. It can't be destroyed by battle, or it can't be destroyed by card effect. It can be destroyed by battle. Sorry. I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of Flame Coating Metalmorph for some reason. I don't know why. That one protects from battle, but Dragoon, really powerful. Speaking of the other Metalmorph cards, sorry, I know we're on the extra deck, but speaking of the other ones, I like them, but right now, until the new card that comes out in Alliance Insight, Flame Metalmorph, the Metal Claw Dragon, which is the retrain of Red Eyes Black Dragon, you know, normal Red Eyes Black Dragon. Until that card comes out, I think Metalmorph, well, I can't run the other cards, because unfortunately, I don't want to run Zoa. I don't want to give him a summon. And I don't want to run Metal Flame Swordsman because it's a little bit of a brick. In its own right. Not a brick, it can search you Metamorph, but like if you don't have the ways to summon out with it, you know, it's just Metal Claw Dragon lets you activate. It's like Arius. You can activate Metamorph traps to turn their set, and you can set a Metamorph trap from deck, so you basically just get full metal for free on turn 1 if you have it. So it's definitely going to be a 3 of in my deck, I want to say. Don't know what I'm going to cut, but that's kind of where I am at when it comes to that deck. Really, really excited to run that package. Cannot wait for that. It's going to be super hype. But either way, back to the extra deck. We have Dragoon, your best monster in the deck. It is incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful. Dragoon stops a lot of the meta today. And it was a card created in like 2020. Like, it stops a lot of what is in the meta today. And I think a lot of people don't respect Dragoon, and it leads them to losing. I think he is the best at a turn 3 scramble. Scramble. Turn 3 scramble. This card will save your butt. Please run it. Really good if you're running Red Eyes. Continuing on, we have Meteor Black Comet Dragon. It is decent. It's the other fusion target for Red Eyes Fusion. This card can help too if you don't have enough material for Dragoon. You can always summon him. Really good card. In game 3. For going to time, this card saves your butt because he can burn your opponent. If anything, they'll waste an imperm and you can just swing at them. You know, it's like, it really helps. It really does help, this card. And really powerful. Of course, he's not as powerful as Dragoon, but he is also still super powerful. Continuing on, we have RXCs. We go into RXCs plays. We have Dark Arm, the Dragon of Annihilation, and we have Red Eyes, Flare Metal Dragon. I'm going to switch them. It's for me. I'm sorry. I know I was just looking at my extra deck. I was like, man, something's wrong here. Well, it's because Dark Arm was not... my Dark Arm Dragon was in front of my Red Eyes in a Red Eyes deck. So that kind of, messed me up. But this card actually saved my ass. Basically, Dark Arm Dragon, what he can do is he can... if you have 5 or more darks in graveyard, you can... Oh, no, sorry, exactly 5. So not 5 or more. It's not like Dad. Exactly 5 darks in your graveyard. You can special summon this card by tributing... You can seize summon by using a level 5 or higher dragon monster. I think it's Dark Dragon? 5 or higher dragon... Dark Dragon monster. So yeah. Dad or Red Eyes Black Dragon or Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon or Red Eyes Black Meteor Dragon. You know, all the dragons you have in your deck. You can basically summon him out, and he can pop cards on the field like Dad could before. You can banish a card. You can discard a material, banish a card from your graveyard, and pop a card on the field. I don't think he's hard once per turn. Let me see. It's not once. Oh, it's not once per turn. So you're able to just do this as long as many materials you have. He can, 2+ level 7 dragon monsters. Sorry, just level 7 monsters, not level 7 dragons, but level 7 monsters. He is not once per turn, so you just keep banishing and popping, banishing, popping, banishing, popping. It really helps. It's a really good card. And another Xyz we are running is, of course, Hieratic King of a Tomb. Really powerful card. Lets you special summon any dragon from deck, which really helps out in the long run of getting your plays going. If you have Bystials, if too many Bystials on the field, and you're in a decent spot, summon him out, and you get to summon out any dragon. So you can summon out your Primite Ether Barrel, your Black Metal Dragon, any of your starters, basically. You summon them for free. They become 0/0s, but you summon them for free. And yeah, super powerful. Super, super, super powerful. And he's dragon specific, so it's pretty cool. Level 6 dragons. You have plenty of those in your Bystials. And finally, we are running Typhon. Never really used them. He's just here, just in case. Typhon is good. You level 3,000 attack monsters cannot activate their effects. Fortunately, he's only a 29. But that is because you don't want to get run over. Really powerful card, though. Really powerful card. You can also non-target. I think he's non-target. Yeah, non-target. Return a card. Return one monster from the field to the hand. He can out-of-board. Maybe. He can out-of-board. He's really powerful. Really cool. As long as they don't have anything crazy. And because we are running level 1s, of course, we have Relinquished Anima for a potential relinquish. A lot of people forget about this card. Forget about Anima. And I actually ran into it in one of the last games. Against the Burn deck, I ran into it. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Sorry, no, different day. It actually wasn't that day. Oh my god, I'm delusional. I'm Delulu. Sorry. It was a whole different day. I ran into this and it was pretty cool. And it worked. It won me the game. Striker Dragon. It's a staple. Striker Dragon, 2 seals. This ratio, I think, is correct when it comes to the Dragon Link package. It's pretty powerful, pretty good. And it's just not even ironically, it's just really, really powerful. Seals is your best link too, I want to say. And I know it's a little blasphemous because I am running other Link 2s that are pretty powerful. Like IP Masquerena. Oh my god, I tapped my screen. I'm sorry, I tapped the thingy. Let me move these up. Sorry. Realized she was out of frame. IP Masquerena. You go into SP with IP. Pretty powerful. These two come hand in hand. Then you got Dark for, Malice. And then you got this card, this deck, this part of this inclusion is a little weird to some people. But you have Chaos Angel and Dispatter. And you're wondering, how in the world are you going into Chaos Angel and Dispatter? Well, you got level 7s. And you've got level 3s. That's how you go into it. And this has happened more times than I was expecting, where I got to go into Chaos Angel using a Red Eyes Black Dragon or Black Meteor Dragon with Ghost Ogre. And that made me laugh. That is an actual viable strategy, because usually you don't do this unless you have to, or unless you can. If you have multiple ogres in hand, it uses your ogres. You're not stuck with 2 ogres. And it really helps. But yeah, that is my extra deck. And Dispatter, Chaos Angel, very powerful. You get the most powerful version of Chaos Angel. Incredibly powerful tower. And Dispatter is Monster Negate, which is pretty sick. Overall, I think the extra deck's pretty decent. Oh my god, I almost bent my Dark. Extra deck's pretty decent. I think it really does what it needs to do. It facilitates a lot of different gameplay styles, and it really helps with making sure you just get what you need. But yeah, that's the extra deck. Going on to the side deck. My side deck, I think, is pretty cool. I like my side deck. I had to cut some cards because I'm not running Imperial Dragon anymore, so of course no Ryoran and CRU. I'm so sorry, guys. I know those cards are so sick. I can't run them anymore. I don't have the ways to facilitate running them. But my side deck, I am running what? Oh my god. I'm running for going second. I run one Red Eye's Insight. It is basically just going to Dragoon. Run Red Eye's Soul to replace Darkness Metal Dragon going second because I don't want to get bricked up. We run 3 Chaos Hunter. I repeat, 3 Chaos Hunter for I run 3 Chaos Hunter for Malice. It is an incredibly powerful Malice breaker because they can't banish cards. So they can't do their plays because you have Chaos Hunter on field. Very good. I love this card. It's so powerful. I'm also running 3 Forbidden Droplet. It is just one of the best board breakers, I think, of the format. Especially if you run the combo Insight Droplet, you get a free discard because you've already activated Insight, so you get to just basically discard it for free. Overall, really good plays. I'm also running, for going second, 2 Lightning Storms. This is how I beat Labyrinth. Was Lightning Storm. Last time in the YCS, I actually lost to a Labyrinth player. That is what kicked me out of the YCS. And I was like, I'm never losing to Labyrinth again. This deck does struggle against a big, heavy back row deck, but I do have ways of stopping them. You know, Lightning Storm is pretty good. But either way, Lightning Storm, solid. And for going first or second, I'm running 2 Triple Tactics Talent. Really solid card. It's one of the best cards in the format, I want to say. It can be the best card in your deck or the absolute worst card in your deck. And a funny little option I'm running because I can. I'm running 3 Dragon's Bind. I've seen a lot of lists running this card, and I looked it up, and I thought, holy crap, this card is one of the best cards ever. So a lot of people don't recognize this card or even expect this card. Basically, if you have a 25 or higher, a 2500 attack or lower dragon monster, like Red Eyes, or any of your Bystials, or any of your cards in your deck, your main deck, any card. Basically, target that card. And for the rest, for as long as this card's in the field, your opponent cannot special summon monsters of equal to or less attack. This stops almost every single deck in the format. This card is the silver bullet to almost every single deck. If you have this card, you're most likely going to win the game. This stops Malice. Because even Malice's boss monsters are 23. This stops Malice. This stops Blue Eyes. This stops, unless they have Roar in hand. But if you're playing it right, you're gonna have Drill Beam on field, so you're able to basically circumvent that. But Dragon's Bind stops every single crazy play that your opponent could do because it locks them out of special summoning monsters. This stops Ryziel. This stops Malice, Mermail. This stops Blue Eyes. This stops Red Eyes even. This stops everything. Except for, if you have Red Eyes Fusion, because you can just yay. But any deck that needs to build up from a small monster to a big monster, it stops. This doesn't do good against Labyrinth. Because, of course, they can just summon out their 3k bodies without any problem. So they're over 25, so they're fine. Or 24 at some cases. I actually lost 2 weeks ago. I actually played this deck and I lost a round against a Blue Eyes player because I used Dragon's Bind with him instead of using it with Bystial, and I messed up. Misplay on my part, but it's okay. This card, silver bullet to a lot of the decks. I don't run it in the main because you don't want to go second and brick with 3 of this card. It's just bad. You don't even want to draw 2 of this card. If you draw 2, yeah, maybe. But in general, this card, amazing silver bullet. I think my extra deck is just a bunch of silver bullets that just kind of help with facilitating what I need to win, and that's what an extra deck, I think a side deck is supposed to realistically be. So, my Red Eyes deck profile, I know it's a lot less Red Eyes than before, but, oh my god, Dragon's Mind. A lot less Red Eyes than before, but I think it is a really solid deck. Basically, the plays you want to do to play this deck, stay low to the ground. You're usually going to be susceptible to Nibiru, which isn't, the worst thing in the world, this format, because, of course, if you are doing dragons, you know, dragon seals, you get your summon with seals already, and that really helps you with overall just everything. That helps you just get, you know, you can get interruption for the next turn. This deck is really interactive with the opponent. Of course, they're running something like Fire Kings. This deck does see some struggles because of all the Bystials you're running, but overall, you should be okay. You know, like I said, Dragoon is your stop to most of the format. You do see less Dragoon because you're running a lot less ways to see Dragoon. I was thinking about running Thrust, but I don't know. I think Thrust is good. Don't get me wrong. I think Thrust is good, but I just find myself not using it. Because what am I going to search? Imperm? If I've already summoned and someone ashes me, Red Ice Fusion's useless. So I just don't think Thrust really works. I was going to say Rust. I don't think Thrust really works in my deck. But overall, this is the profile. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry we're running a little late on the video. But really trying to get this swing of things on YouTube. I'm going to try and upload a lot more. I just uploaded my Pokemon Platinum Randomizer Nuzlocke, the first episode. Hope you guys check that out. If you haven't, please check it out. I really put a lot of work into it, and I can't wait to record and upload the second video, which should be coming out soonish, I hope. But either way, it's been Broditis. It's been real, guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. You know, catch you later. If I don't see you, I'll see you later. That doesn't make any sense, but I said it in the last few videos, so guess that's my thing now. But I'll see you when I see you guys. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and, you know, comment down below. You know, YouTube loves you guys talking, so if you guys want, keep commenting, keep talking. Let me know what you guys think of the profile. Let me know what you guys have to say, and thank you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, night, you know, and that life goes perfectly well for you guys. Deuces. See ya.